Hello, this is Mackenzie Crouch and welcome to my first data output project. Within the level prototype we were given, I decided to add 3 new data outputs. One would be how long they took within path A, and the other would be how long they took in path B, and that would be a total time throughout the entire time they played until they either exited or finished the game. And then I also collected how many times they got damaged, whether that be through spikes or through the boulders. To do this, these barriers or trigger boxes are a new blueprint that I copied off of the custom notifier box, and I just created a custom notifier permanent box. And with that, I also changed the custom notifier that was in there to a zone number to determine whether I was in path A or path B. From there, I decided to add it within the onOverlap event. So when it begins, it'll set A to true if it's 0. So path with a zone number of 0 would be A and 1 was B, but since I only had 2 paths, I just made that false. And then if the end overlap occurred with the permanent notifier box, I set both of them to off, and these are booleans. I also, for the damage, I decided to add it for taking damage on either the boulders or the spikes, and all I did was use an integer to count up. Now for the paths, I used event tick, so when the character was in path A, if that's true, set the time of path A to add delta seconds plus to a variable I set, which was a float. The same for B. Now for the outputs, I did append so the data would come out clearly within the Excel sheet, and just added how much damage was taken overall to the end result, how much time in path A, and how much time in path B. Now, for the output itself, we have the general output, so exited starting room, time taken, whether they got the Explorer or completed the game, damage taken, the time in path A, which was the total, and the time in path B. And from this I can determine a couple things. First of all, if they spent no time in one of the paths, I can assume they took both B going to and from the Explorer based on whether they actually got the Explorer and completed the game. So this person didn't even take path A. For others, I can assume maybe they had trouble in the path, or they took the path twice and then went to a different path. So I can see a lot of results from the data itself. I can also see whether they were experienced, if they had no damage, or whether they were getting new to it and still having trouble adjusting to the game. Same along the lines of time taken, so if they took a short amount of time, they might be experienced in playing it, or maybe they took a longer amount of time, they're not new to it. And that is all. Thank you.